Hello and welcome to Loving Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Misiak. And today we're going to talk about embracing what is, the past, the present, and what lies ahead. Whether you're tuning in from your car, your morning walk, or a quiet corner with a cup of tea or coffee, this episode is for anyone who's wrestling with regret, anxiety, or the pressure to fix everything right now. So let's get started. Let's acknowledge something obvious but profound. Life keeps happening. Change, pain, joy, loss, uncertainty arrive whether we're ready for them or not. When we resist what's happening, clinging to how things should be or replaying how they could have been, we spend so much energy there. That energy often turns into stress, shame, and just getting stuck right there in that world. Embracing what is doesn't mean we're giving up or complacency. It's the opposite. It's radical acceptance that frees energy to respond, to grow, and to create. When you accept the facts of the situation without romanticizing them or giving them power, you gain clarity. Clarity allows choice. So the first reason to embrace what is, it frees you to act from a clear place instead of reacting from pain. The second reason is it heals. Unprocessed past expectations loop in the background, coloring how we see the present and limiting how we imagine the future. When you bring the compassionate attention to what has been, you cut the power of those loops. You start to notice patterns rather than being controlled by them. And finally, embracing what is aligns you with reality. And reality is the only place where change can begin. You can't build a life on denial. Trust me, I've tried. Seriously, I've tried. And it also stands for denials like didn't know I was lying. So sometimes we don't even know we're there. You can only redesign it from the ground of what's true right now. So no sugarcoating. It's embracing what is. So let's turn to the past. Many of us carry regret, guilt, or unfinished stories. Maybe you wish you made different choices with a career, a relationship, or an outcome. Maybe trauma or loss left wounds that still hurt. The past is a powerful teacher, but it can also be a heavy anchor. So here are 3 practical steps to help make peace with the past. Name it. Number 1, name it. Start by telling the story out loud or writing it down without censoring. Don't polish it into a lesson or argue with it. Simply narrate what happened, who was involved, and how it felt. Naming reduces the story's emotional charge. Number 2, sit with the emotion, not the narrative. Often we retell a story to justify feelings. Instead, identify the emotions. Sorrow, shame, anger, fear. Allow yourself to feel them in a few minutes. Breathe. Notice where they live in your body. This doesn't mean wallowing, it means regulating and processing. Number 3, ask yourself a new question. What can I learn from this? What can I do with this? This shifts you from being a victim to being in the driver's seat of your life. Now let's look ahead. The future can be alluring and terrifying at the same time. We can get trapped in the fantasy of control, planning every detail, or immobilized by doubt, fearing every possible outcome. The antidote? Plan with openness. So 3 principles to shape the future. Number 1, clarify your values. You're going to hear this a lot in this whole month of awesome embracing who you are, because that's what drives the show. Not goals. Goals are destinations. Values are the compass. When life throws you curveballs, values help you course correct. So Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? What relationships matter most? What legacy do I want to nurture? Number 2, small experiments, not big ones, just small little ones. Instead of gambling on one huge plan, run small experiments. Curious about a career shift? Try volunteering, freelancing, or taking a short course. Want to move? Visit the place a week first. Trust the future as a series of prototype steps. Number 3, build resilience through flexibility. Commit to your values, not a rigid path. When setbacks arrive, and they will, trust me, they will, ask, how can this change me or us as a greater picture? What can I learn? How can I adapt? Flexibility reduces fear and turns obstacles into feedback. Okay, so integration is actually the real work. How do you live with one foot in the past, one foot in the future, and both anchored in the present? Here's a simple framework I use and teach. First, notice. Also known as awareness. I talk about awareness a lot because if you're not aware, you can't change. So name the thought, feeling without judgment. Number 2, name. So compassion. Acknowledge the emotions with kindness. This is hard. I'm allowed to feel this way. And number 3, the next step, action. Choose one small, concrete step aligned with your values. So if you notice, there's 3 N's. So notice, name, next step. So here's an example. If you feel regret about a relationship, notice. You'll acknowledge the pain and allow yourself to grieve. Name. Your next step might be to write a letter you don't send. You never send these letters. You just write them for your own benefit. Or you can call a friend for support, and that's the next step. Practice this 3-part framework daily for a week and watch how decisions get simpler and less emotionally charged. Okay, so there are lots of things that can happen. And before we close, I want to talk about a few common pitfalls, something that just might come up for you because, again, life is life and life happens. So the first one is acceptance equals passive. So to counter that thought or that pitfall is acceptance is the predecessor to wise action. So when we accept something, we don't actually, it's not passive, but we can think it's passive. So it's really about thinking about like accepting that so then we can do something different. It takes the chains off of us and removes the anchors so we can move forward. The next one is embracing means I'll stop caring. So to counter that thought, it actually helps you care from a healthier place. And number 3, I need to feel better before I can act. Counterbalance that thought. Action often creates feeling. Start small. This could just be getting out of bed or finding a book to write in for journal prompting or making coffee or making a coffee date with a friend, little small steps. You're listening to this episode, so here's a small step. So good on you and for showing up. So if you notice these patterns in your daily life or throughout your life, throughout the week or month, if you notice these patterns, name them and return to these micro steps. So let's end this with a little guided practice to weave everything we've learned together. So get comfortable. You can sit or lay down. And if you're driving, keep your eyes open and simply just listen and come back to this later and really center yourself with this practice. But for now, just enjoy the words. or even just stop it for now and come back to it later, whatever works for you. So close your eyes if you can. Take a nice slow breath in and exhale through the mouth. Again, nice deep breath in and exhale it all out. One more time. Inhale through your nose. And let it all out through your mouth. Bring to mind one thing from the past that still tugs at you. Hold it gently in awareness. Don't analyze. Notice the feeling in your body. Breathe toward it. See if you can soften around it with each exhale. Now shift your attention to the present. Place your hands on your heart or your belly. Breathe into this space. Name one small thing you can do today that honors your values, even if it's tiny. Finally, bring your attention forward. Imagine one small experiment you can try in this upcoming week. Visualize taking the first step. Notice any resistance. Breathe and let that image rest. Take 3 more slow, grounding breaths. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Recenter your focus. How do you feel? What came up for you? Come back to this practice every time you need to reconnect to yourself and your values. If this episode resonated with you, please visit my website at jodymesiak.com, where you'll find the BU Community Room, which is a completely free group that we set monthly intentions together. I share a free monthly meditation, and it's a place to connect with other women who are really embracing who they are, and a place to just safely find out and rediscover who you are. There's also other free self-love tools available as well. Also, I'd love for you to share this episode with somebody who needs permission to accept what is and to take a brave step forward, or just share it wherever you feel called to do so. And finally, take one small experiment this week. Even 2 minutes counts. And then jump over to the BU Community Room and comment. Send me a picture of what you're doing. I'd love to hear your stories. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me today. Embracing what is a practice, not a destination. Be gentle with yourself. And I'll be back next week with another conversation that goes even deeper into embracing who you are. So today we did embracing what is. And next week we take it a little further and embracing who you are. We go deeper into value setting and just really showing up authentically with more presence, clarity, and compassion. So until next time, Take care and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now.